don't move.
Yes.
Goalkeeper moves and
everybody will say, oh, that's like what
that's not even a proper panenka. He doesn't even look like one. He looks like the referee blew for fair play and then you want to kick the ball away for the goalkeeper.
It did feel like he took it too early.
Yes.
Like there was
I don't understand.
There was confusion. I was like, has he played it?
Exactly.
But the Kovacic, first of all, why was Rodri hiding? Why is Kovacic, who is not known for his goal scoring, taking the penalty?
It's a question of who does should. Remember also, if KDB and Haaland are not out, they will be playing and they have good penalty records. I think KDB has 9 in 11 and Haaland has like 42 and 44. So we don't know what will have been if both of them also have stayed on the pitch. Just like we also don't know if maybe Thibaut Courtois had been in goal, if he would have been able to save these penalties. But David Ancelotti, that's the son to Ancelotti, who was also the assistant, also had to attribute their success on the spot to keeper 𝐈𝐭'𝐬, who played a massive role in the build-up to the shootout as well.
Trust me, not easy.
Even if they win the Champions League, back to London.
All right, we'll talk about Erling Haaland, who looked subdued yesterday, and it looks like a League 2 player continues to haunt a lot of people. But we'll talk about.
He was quite active.
Yeah, but we'll talk about how active he was because I've got some numbers to crunch right here. All right, 6:30 will be time for Beba to come through with that segment. The sponsor the last 30 minutes of the show. Remember to always gamble responsibly. But remember, we have to pay bills as well. We'll come back. We'll get to Emmanuel for some NBA. The Nuggets are up against the Lakers. That's the pick of the bunch for me as far as the NBA playoffs concerned. That's coming up next. 6:11. We're going away.
Real hard water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Obonga cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Real hard water shield cement number one. Real hard waterproof cement now confirm. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lavag water shield cement, water to collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to call. Obonga cement for water long areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Comfort cement. The Lavag water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime when they cook like this, I dey always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatashe, shombo, onions. No one I know they put. Now he make my pikin them. They always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that ubonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Real hard water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Obonga cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Real hard water shield cement number one. Real hard waterproof cement now confirm. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lavag water shield cement, water to collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to call. Obonga cement for water long areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Comfort cement. The Lavag water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like 𝐹𝐴, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Real hard water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Obonga cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. New Lafarge water shield cement. Number one. New Lafarge waterproof cement. One time. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water go collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to God, no shaking. 𝐴𝐵𝐺 cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Lafarge, confirm cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with non-sizzling cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
New Lafarge water shield cement now confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. 𝐴𝐵𝐺 cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. New Lafarge water shield cement. Number one. New Lafarge waterproof cement now confirm. One time. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lafarge water shield cement, water go collect. If water jam house, foundation and basement to God, no shaking. 𝐴𝐵𝐺 cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Naija. Lafarge, confirm cement. New Lafarge water shield cement and confirm.
Put full stop for water wahala.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like 𝐹𝐴, ⴤ and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
And now.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3
Welcome back to Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM, 6:17 p.m. Let's quickly get talking NBA. I've got Tunde Young, Pedro Peter, and also Emmanuel chiming on that one as well. And we'll be talking about the Lakers, who are up against Denver for the NBA playoffs. And let's see if Emmanuel can dial in right now, and let's have his thoughts as far as that class can say. Emmanuel, what's up? How are you doing? I was kind of this afternoon or this evening.
Yeah, well, good evening. Kali has been hot for a long time and still very hot actually.
Oh, yes.
Let me ask him, man, how is Ganduje?
Okay, they say how is Ganduje?
Well, he's still trying to hide some dollars.
Okay. Okay, it's sports quiz. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, Emmanuel, do you believe that, I mean, do you believe the theory, I mean, ahead of that time, I think it was the final game against between the Pelicans and the Lakers, where there was a talk about the Lakers should purposely lose to avoid playing number 2 seed Nuggets, and they said no, I mean, we're not going to do that, and all that talk was not true. But do you think they should have done it?
Yes. Well, the language in basketball is to tank. They say they should tank that game, should tank, lose to the Pelicans, go play the winner between the Warriors and the Kings. And there's no guarantee that they're going to also win that game, actually. It's going to be at the Staples. The Kings have the upper hand, or the home breaker or tiebreaker over the Lakers in the regular season. And for the record, Wally, AD has never beaten Domantas Sabonis in the NBA. So whenever they play, Sabonis has always gotten the better of him. So probably that's going to be a factor to it. And for LeBron, you have to give him some time to rest, because the more you are playing more games, the more you don't have enough time to rest. But I think the Lakers are 0-8 against the Nuggets. since the conference finals last time. So the last 8 games, the Lakers have lost all 8. Ironically, what's the name? AD has not played badly in those games. The problem was that the rest of the cast, apart from LeBron and AD, didn't come to the party. They criticized them. What's the name? D'Angelo Russell. Every time D'Lo has scored 15 points or above, the Lakers have a good winning percentage. In those series, D'Lo was a shadow of himself. What's the name? Austin Reeves was 12 and Hachimura and the rest of them. I think they on paper, people are expecting the Lakers to put in a fight. But LeBron and the coach say they have a fighting chance again. In fact, the coach said he likes his chance against the Nuggets because they are the favorites, talking about the Nuggets. So I think you're waiting to see what happens. It's not about losing, it's about getting enough rest ahead of that time.
You talked about rest, and I wanted to take on Tony on that because I wanted to ask how crucial was this 3 days rest. Tony Davis has to rest his back. LeBron also can get plenty of rest as well. And there's a stark contrast from the last time they also played the Nuggets when they didn't have enough time to rest. Do you think it makes a difference this time?
No.
It might. I think right now, like I said, nobody expected the Lakers to be swept last time out. And this time around, they're coming to this game. They know they are the underdog.
They've won 12 of the last 15, the Lakers.
Yes. In fact, the last set of games they played, they did the team on a high. And their 3-point shooting has increased tremendously. LeBron is having a career year in his 3-point shooting. While you won't believe that LeBron has a better shooting percentage than Steph Curry in the NBA this season. D'Lo is also having a good 3-point shooting percentage, yes. LeBron is shooting about 41% from the 3-point line, or close to 45. It's a career year for him from downtown. Now, the question is, Vincent is back. He's supposed to be one of the starting point guards for the team. I know he's a good perimeter defender. Now, what nobody has been able to do is how to lock down Jokic and Murray. If you can find a 2-man tandem, well, the last season we found out that if they are able to lock the Murray out and allow this guy do his thing, Jokic, they struggle on that end. So many times you see Jokic score 40-something points, they still went on to lose those games because nobody gave Jamal Murray the chance to come to the party. So you have to choose your poison. What do you want to do? You want to can you lock the 2 of them? No. Now for Jokic, he said one of his toughest ever games he played was against the Lakers in the bubble. You know why? The Lakers had multiple big men. They had Dwight Howard, they had 𝐕𝐸, which now gave AD the license to roam about. Nobody could stop AD. Now, apart from what's the name, AD, Jared Vanderbilt is one of the Lakers' best defenders. He's out injured.
I think he's the only player out right now. They have a very healthy squad.
Yes. And Christian Wood also is a big man. Who's a center. Christian Wood has been out to Jared Vanderbilt. But it says Vanderbilt might come back before the season and need the Lakers progress. So right now, I don't know how you can do it. Hachimura in the first game, well, if you remember very well, in last season's conference final, where at the first quarter, Jokic already had a double-double, both in points and rebounds. So at some point, they had to bring in Hachimura, who was able to slow him down. So if the starting five for the Lakers have been having a good ride in terms of winning percentage, you have to find and factor a way to slow down Murray. And something else, you know, when you play, well, you know your team has now. Team players never score for
what did you just say? Emmanuel, what did you just say?
Emmanuel, thank you. Thank you.
You know your team has now. Players who have not scored for 2 months. When they say Arsenal, they know how to score overnight. So I think you know how to say, well, guys who have not been shooting well from 3-point line, when they see the Lakers, they start shooting from all cylinders. I think that's the problem, right, this time around. But I just feel if they can find a way to slow down Jamal Murray, allow your kids to go to the paint. Maybe he's put in what's the name? Our brother is too small to mark him, 𝐕𝐸. AD has to do it a lot. He's doing enough. And right now, I'm confident when the AD is fit that the Lakers have a chance of winning game. That when LeBron is playing and AD is not there. In fact, the AD missed 6 games all season long. It is his best career year when it comes to games. He played 76 games. He has never played such number of games in his NBA career before now. So, if you can manage AD very well to be fit and give him production, dominate the paint. I know himself and Jokic are going to be who is going to dominate the paint. Now, one thing is certain, Wale, defensive rebound, Jokic is going to dominate. When it comes to the offensive rebound, it's very nice expect the Lakers or AD to get more of that. And I think LeBron has been getting close to 10 rebounds per game. The same with Hachimura. It's a career for him for rebound. So you have to find a way to slow down these guys. If not, it might just be another sweep. But I want to fancy the Lakers' chances. If they can pick one game away from home.
Yeah, maybe they just took game 1. If they can pick game 1. In Denver.
Game 1 or Game 2. If you can pick one, I think I'll give them an advantage going to the Crypto.com arena for next week, Wednesday or Thursday. So we have to factor the chances of getting. Last season, usually against the Grizzlies and against the Warriors, the Lakers pick one game from those away games because they were not. You don't have any home court advantage. They were the 7th seed. The same thing this time around. So if they can factor their chances of getting one game out away from home, it might give them a good chance of fighting for that series.
All right, and like LeBron said, it's not about playing well this time around. It's about winning. Yeah, that's what the playoffs is all about. It's about winning, and let's see if they can do that in Game 1. Emmanuel, I got to let you go because I know you have to do your thing by 6:30 p.m. Thank you very much for coming through. Okay.
Thank you, Wale.
All right. Okay, I'm still with the NBA, and I wanted to ask you how come or what happened. Clay, who was building up last 2 months, playing some fine basketball, had the worst shooting night of his career in the NBA against the Sacramento Kings. What happened?
Yeah, Brick City. That's what happened. Sometimes the lights are too bright. I was trolling, of course. Clay Thompson has been there, done that multiple times. So he has a
future Hall of Famer, right?
I mean, it's 75. It's in the NBA 75. So yeah, it's one of the greatest to ever do. There's no doubt about that. But with that said, you also have to know when to move on. The brother is washed. Beyond the 2-year layoff with a career-threatening injury. It's a miracle that I even came back to be able to play basketball. But we knew he was never going to be the Klay Thompson that could score 29 points in 11 minutes. He was never going to get back to that level, but nobody really expected him to go 0 for 10 in a playing game from 3-point range. He could not make any shots, which is ridiculous for someone that I actually thought that the Lakers were going to try to get in a trade package. Keep that brother as far away from the crypto arena as possible. I don't want to see him whatsoever. Yeah, so sad for Clay, sad for the Warriors, but we expected it. If not for the play himself, we should not be talking about it at the 10th seed. There's no.
Still stay with the theme sad. This is sad because Jimmy Butler's out for the Eats. I hope it's nothing severe for long term.
He talked all that trash about playoff Jimmy and all. The media created the playoff Jimmy 90, but he has played.
Yeah, but it's true actually.
It is true.
He's a clutch player in the playoffs.
It's a bit corny when you yourself are now going around talking about it. So the regulars is still going on telling people wait till the playoffs. Bro, it's like okay, playing now you're injured. So, but I don't to make fun of anybody's injury. I hope he gets. I hope he gets back the fitness. I do believe that the Miami Heat will take the 8th seed, even though they lost by points to Philly in the 7th seed game yesterday. I think they will. I think they should bounce back and take that 8th seed game and face the Boston Celtics. Nobody wants to face Miami in the playoffs. Everybody they've done this before, making the conference finals as the 8th seed.
Oh, guess what? Watch it on the screen. It's Miami Heat.
Yeah, Miami.
Nice.
Last I caught the game. Towards the end, I didn't start from the beginning, but yeah, it was a fun game. Lots of shout out to Nicholas Batum. The Philly organization have recruited really well. Getting rid of Tobias Harris and bringing in Nicholas Batum is a massive upgrade. I like what they've done with the roster. Kelly Oubre Jr. Lots of players that can really contribute, and I like the accentuate the strengths of their two main man, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. So yeah, big shout out to the Philly. It's the first round exit.
Sports Cruise on Mainland 9.3 FM. Let's switch it back to football from 6:30 p.m. Remember, it's brought to you by Bet Baba and the Splendor of the Champions League. We talk about Erling Haaland, who caught a peripheral figure at the Etihad last night. Although too long defense on that. But on your front, Peter, another round of the MPFA wrapped up yesterday, right? Doma United, Remo Stars, thing at 1-1. 1-1, yeah. Late equalizer from Remo Stars. I already stuck out my neck for Remo Stars to win the league, and I'm still, standing by that. But we've got about how many games to go now? I think we've got about 6. About 5 games to go.
Less than 10 anyway.
We have 6 games.
About 6 games to go.
Except for Rivers United.
We have like 13. Oh, they have 12. They have 6 in the hand.
Outstanding and 6 games to go.
Miraculous. All right.
If you check Al Ahly, it's the same thing.
I don't have any problems with them having games in hand. The only problems I have is the logistics. It is the calendar. How the MPFL can fit it in and ensure that the integrity of the league remains. I'll actually also do it a lot because they go find competitions too.
The risk involved is this. it's easy for these games to get manipulated because as at this time,
especially the home games,
as at the time Rivers United will start playing their games, you would have known the teams that will need 3 points to stay up, or teams that will need maybe 4 points to get into the champion or CAF Champions League or Confederations Cup slot. So it's easy for these games to be manipulated. And the truth is this: Rivers United can still make it back to the continent via I almost said Europa League. Confederations Cup, yes, because they are just 14 points adrift of the final CAF Champions League slot, and they have 6 games. 6 of those games, 4 of them will be played at home. Those are standing matches. So I don't know how they want to do, but I think Wale should just hold on to Borussia Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen that you've been lucky with. Forget Girona.
Oh, he said I've been lucky with that. Fine.
Forget Girona.
Well, as for Doma United, I don't know. The second half of the season has not been as
Doma doomed.
They're gone.
But I would actually want them to at least retain their status in the top flight.
I think they will.
I do hope they will. I do hope, because that first season, I don't know.
That first season syndrome. The first half of the season. And by the way, nobody's talking about Abdoulaye Bifo and Coach Paul.
Yes, I mean, I didn't
mean Coach Paul of Sporting Lagos.
Yes, Coach Paul of us.
Yes, it's found redemption.
Abdoulaye Bifo is going to be
he's been fired. Coach Paul of us has been fired by Sporting Lagos because he's was in Delta.
What is
that thing that they play? What's that word?
Incentive.
I will remember it. Anyway, I actually got this because I'm close to a lot of people.
When did this happen?
Yesterday. Actually, the decision was made like yesterday.
Immediately after the 1-0, I didn't want for the 1-0 victory.
I didn't want to announce it ahead of the club, so I already knew by the time we're doing the show.
All right. How about we do this? We pay some bills, and I'm going to call Gordon Akina right now. Not for him to explain why, but let me just hear from the horse's mouth. Hopefully, officially,
I've spoken and I've finished drinking water. So.
Yeah, hopefully I can hear from him and get a first-hand account.
Because when they should have fired him, they stopped
exactly.
And now to fire him, and then instantly.
You know why this hurts? When my theory of when kids don't go well, you fire the coach, they didn't fire him. And now things are going well and they go against my theory. Too bad. All right, we have to pay those right now. But Lille are leading Aston Villa going into half time 1-0. It's 2-2 on aggregate in the Conference League. That's the Europa Conference League. Fiorentina, Victoria Pilsen is goalless, and we know that all the Europa League second leg quarterfinal games are still coming up as well. We're talking Arsenal as well, who have not won in their last 3. Is it crisis time for the Gunners? Questions. Answers on the second half of the show. Don't go anywhere.
That's not your fault. If I let that on, I be you want no correct cost. Over 1.5, I be you want bet. Say, won't seem no go score at all. Hey, we get better payout. No worry, we there for you. Our own, Jabrata, we know the feeling. Oh, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for Bet Baba, give me money, Bet Baba. Cash out today easy, or Bet Baba. We get online games for you. You play all what I want. Yeah. We get better bonus. I need another. Yeah. Now Bet Baba pay us all. Cash out, darling. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
This is Mainland 98.3 The Sound.
Hush not child.
All right, I tried to reach out to Gordon Akina. All efforts have proved abortive. Yeah, they've proved futile. You said? So hopefully, maybe before the show wraps up, I will do that tomorrow. But my friends listening to the show, big shout to them, have sent me links of how Paul Ofo has been sacked, and I was also penned a heartfelt message to Sporting Lagos after he was sacked.
And very, very interesting this show.
Very, very interesting.
I think my theory is that they fired him because Coach before was available.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they don't want to wait till the
So
end
do
of
I
the
say
season.
that makes sense? Before is vastly experienced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he knows the league very well. And before, you can use this period as a building block.
And let's see
for him to build for next season.
It's clear that Sporting Lagos will not relegate. That's for sure.
I think they're in the top 10 now.
Yes,
right?
They're in the top 10.
So
they just have
they're also just 4 points off relegation. The MPFL table.
It's a funny league.
It's very funny. We said it now 2 weeks ago. But how about they would have just bring in before and just end of season you take over? I think that would have made more sense. Or like just having to
see there's nothing Sporting is fighting for. No, it makes sense if you can look at the team in a competitive way. Why they are still competitively playing? You know who is not going to be.
You know what I'm learning?
It's something like 𝐕𝐭 and the Guardiola situation at Bayern. Okay, you stay to the end of the season, but
you know what I'm learning in this my small sport is that you have to be ruthless sometimes. Yeah. This is not the first time you've seen managers do well and they get sacked.
So as you went to Delta now, people have been honest.
Leave him.
Families have been thrown into disarray.
Yes.
So look,
they want their
when you are ruthless doesn't mean you have to get people on employed. But what Sporting Lagos have shown here is number one, ambition, and they've shown ruthlessness as well.
If it was ambition could have been shown when
if it was ruthless,
because you can also say that this Paul Ofo Boston form where they've got to meet table can also be like a false dawn.
No, it's okay.
It can be a false dawn.
In April, we have like 6 games left.
So it can be a false dawn. Then
they just need give or take 8.
There are some moves
that unsettled the team. They've been in a good run of form.
They just need 8.
So to what degree? They get a feeling that right now looks like we're going to be safe. Let's make the change. I don't think that Sporting Lagos will run risk of relegation right now with what is happening.
Of relegation
yes,
risk.
You look at it that way, but the way the MPFL also works is that those are also in the bottom are going to lose games. They are still going to lose more games.
Is the only Sporting Lagos that will lose?
Exactly now. There are lots of teams down there who are going to lose games as well.
The slot is string. No matter how low Sporting Lagos want to get, you see 20th and 19 wrote a law.
No, go big.
Alright guys, let's talk Champions League football from Tuesday and Wednesday, and we know our semi-finalists already, but let's quickly take a look at what we might have learned from the last couple of days. Let's start with Arsenal, right? Yeah, it's just proper that we start with Arsenal. And Pedro Peter, Mikel Arteta said that one of the reasons why they couldn't progress was last night they couldn't produce those moments of brilliance, those moments of magic. I also feel that they were not they didn't take enough risk. They played it too much cautious. And to be very objective here, Bayern Munich also were at a very, very organized best yesterday at the Allianz Arena.
Oh yes, correct, very, very correct. As for Arteta saying his side were not, they didn't actually put up the best, didn't seize the moment. He was correct.
They had moments of brilliance.
Yeah, at all. But somehow you would fault him a bit for that, because do not forget, he does not actually manage his squad. Squad management is actually one of his deficiencies, despite the fact that he has been at North London for about 5 years or so. Having to play a particular set of players for so long, then while the other players, they barely get minutes. So when it comes to the crunch part of the season, April, May, just like last year, you find the team wanting. There are some times whereby, your main guys, they will not be able to bring in the goods. That is where you need the other guys, to bring in some patches of quality here and there, and you get the job done as a collective. So Arsenal are not actually doing well too. It's not to take away anything from the brilliance of Thomas Tuchel and Bayern. They actually, that first half was both sides were like, let's see what this one will do. Let me play safe. Let me see what this other person will do. I will play safe. So then in that second half, the opportunity came. Boom.
Yeah, game of tiny margins, game of small margins.
Well, just game of small margins.
Yeah, Martinelli loses his man and can make profits. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to fault Arsenal that they were bad or not. It is just that Bayern
You just got to feel that Arsenal could have been much more, they could have explored more, they could have taken more risks.
I think it comes with experience. This is the first.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Bayern's experience was
how many years?
Yeah.
In fact, you are coming to the Champions League as a whole. First time in 7, getting to the quarterfinals for first time in 10, 11. How many years now? So it's when these players actually let's say they have 2-3 seasons of 14 years actually getting to the quarterfinals. Now imagine this set of players having 2-3 seasons of going this far. They themselves, they do not even need the manager to tell them or probably shout from the touchline or from the dugout. They will actually, we have to do this. We must do this.
I must also say that I don't think Arsenal played poorly, but over 2 legs, you also could not say that Arsenal deserved to progress to the semi-finals.
That's the brilliance and the excellence of Bayern comes in. The experience.
Actually, I don't even think so.
Like we always say, 2 things can be right. Arsenal didn't play poorly over 2 legs, but they didn't give you enough to think for that they deserve to progress.
But there's also not so much gap between themselves and Bayern, and you can make excuses for Bayern because of how poor their season has been.
We are saying the same thing. But on the other side, I think Bayern didn't play that well. They didn't play Bayern like, but you still can say that they deserve to progress.
It's quality, that's the difference.
Quality now, experience.
I think it's even beyond quality. I think
your moment of greatness, go on.
Please. I think that Arsenal's league form has inflated a lot of people's perception of the team. We saw Arsenal play in the last round. Can you honestly say that Arsenal deserve to qualify ahead of FC Porto? Like, let us be honest here.
Yes.
Over the quality of both legs. No. What? It is in the second leg that Arsenal won by a goal to nil.
Even the first leg, Arsenal were better in the first leg. Yes.
In the game, they now have a shot on target.
How many did Porto have?
I don't think Arsenal were clearly better than Porto.
Not over 2 legs.
These are games about thin lines. You could argue that they've been better. Someone else could argue that Arsenal have been better.
If you are talking about that for Arsenal against Porto, the 3rd team in the Portuguese Premier League as you speak, about 20 points behind both Sporting and Benfica. If you cannot distinguish,
like that.
If you cannot watch Arsenal Porto and distinguish that Arsenal is better than Porto, then
in that game, who would they have talked to be better? You are making excuses.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
You are making excuses for Bayern. You should make the same excuses.
Yesterday's game was in phases.
Yes.
Where Arsenal had their moments, Bayern had their moments. But in Arsenal's moments, were they dangerous enough? No. In Bayern's moments, even after 1-0, Bayern could even have got one round.
And that's where experience comes.
Yeah.
Experience comes to play. Spotting those moments and
exactly.
And also, there's a way big teams, and sorry to any Arsenal fans listening, there's a way actual Champions League teams play. They play in a way like we will still score. Arsenal never looked like that. They were playing like they were, of course, taking the game to the opponents whenever they get the chance and trying to break that. But they are not playing with that assuredness. There's a way City played yesterday. Like even Real Madrid that were defending, they knew every time they get the chance to break, they broke with intent. They played with the air of confidence that we are so and we still
and Arsenal are not in that phase yet in their development in the Champions League,
which is the point that was made before the draws. Give us as if it's Aston Villa.
Pray for Bayern.
I want to ask you, is Arsenal season over? They're out of the Champions League. They trailed Man City. They go to Wolves this weekend. City are not playing in the Premier this weekend, but they play Chelsea in the FA Cup. And we know what happened last season and 2 seasons ago. Last season, I think they ended with a whimper. Only won 3 of their last 6. 2 seasons ago, I think they did 6 of their last 12. It's threatening to go the same route again this season. Is the season over?
First off, some people are protesting that 𝐴𝐵 should be named as Super Eagles manager. I just have to put that. Some people are protesting. Yes, their placards. I just saw it now. I just have to quickly chip that in. But again, I think this is where we would know if truly Arsenal had really grown over time. I will always know that at some point in the season they always capitulate. It used to be December, they moved it to March. Now this is April, and this was the same time last season where they lost to Aston Villa 1-0, and their season just started capitulating one after the other. They play Southampton, they play the 3-3 draw, they play West Ham. So this is if truly Arsenal had matured, now it's just 2 points separating them and Manchester City. If they win this weekend, they go back top. If Liverpool wins as well, because Man City will not be playing because they will play in the FA Cup against Chelsea. So this is the mentality conversation we are talking about. those times when they get knocked out in the FA Cup or they get knocked out in the league by knowing that we can't catch up with this team, you just see that the most important thing for them, let's finish as high as we can. But this time around, they lost to Aston Villa, the first loss in year 2024, the first game in year 2024 that they've gone behind. In fact, the first game all through the year that they've considered 2 goals. Remember before that game with Aston Villa, they've considered only 4 in all of the 11 games they played in the Premier League this season. So it is now that you know if they can bounce back. They know that we can always banter and all of that. Last week, after the Aston Villa game on Monday, I said that the Arsenal season was done and dusted. Now they lost to Bayern in a game they will have felt like we had the chance, the Martinelli chance, the Gabriel Jesus, and the fact that why Thomas Partey was on the bench throughout that game, I still can't fathom. There was no progression, there was no that, those thread between the line passes that could break the defense and give you those moments. Nobody was giving them. But I wouldn't say Arsenal season is done, but how they will respond to these 2 major setbacks. They got knocked out of the Champions League and they lost Aston Villa in between. And after this game against Wolves, they play Chelsea.
All right. They've actually shown that they can actually put up a response. Don't forget, in December, Arsenal were just yo-yo. They had about 3 games whereby they were winless.
And then they traveled to Dubai. They went to chill.
This guy, that's so funny. This guys. All right. Anyways, whilst we talk about Arsenal's lack of experience, blah blah blah, we also have to talk about how Thomas Tuchel's experience as a manager came to bear over, Mikel Arteta. Oh yeah, man. Okay, maybe you guys didn't see it, but did you guys see how when Arsenal were trying to build up, that Bayern didn't press them, and what did they do instead? They blocked the lane of passes to Jorginho. That's Keina Musiala. And when Declan Rice also came to join in, they had likes of what's the name again? Lima
and Goretzka.
It was a clear tactical masterclass. Arsenal could only play wide. Yes, they couldn't play through the middle.
And that's where they missed Thomas Partey.
Yeah, wide.
To do what?
The midfield. The midfield. There was nobody playing.
See this Partey to the go, please. Jorginho Rice has been Arsenal's mainstay. Suddenly, you guys remember there's Partey on the bench.
So the way Konrad Laimer and Goretzka reduced Rice's valuation from
25. But I think Man going forward also will have to work on their lack of technicality in midfield. What they had yesterday was more of brute, was more of force.
If they play against Madrid that way, they will suffer.
Either way, they're going to lose to Madrid. But that's why I sort of hesitated on the Tuchel compliment. Yes, because yesterday was actually a great tactical matchup for him. But it won't always work against teams that.
Oh yeah, they will have to
against teams that have been here before and actually know what they're doing. No disrespect to the Arsenal, but yes, Tuchel is a master of Arambo. Everybody knows this. The way he started the game with Mazraoui playing left back. Mazraoui, right back, was playing left back, and he had Rafael Guerreiro, left back, playing as
Kimmich, not the right back,
as the left winger. Then Kimmich and midfielder playing right back, when he could have actually put Mazraoui there, put Guerreiro left back, and play a more balanced team conventionally. But he knew exactly what he needed to do to shut down Arsenal on the flank.
I don't know if you talk about this often. I think Maradona is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Absolutely. I personally, I don't know.
Did you see his ball distribution yesterday?
I think
since the first leg.
We don't say it enough.
Since the first leg,
this is somebody that has been out for nearly 2 years.
We don't say enough.
It showed from the first leg. I told you that it showed that it's still everybody's that. All this new generation.
He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
It's still him.
All right, finally, quickly before starting taking calls, and we'll drop some bets Baba odds for tonight.
Saka limped off yesterday.
Saka?
Did he limp off yesterday?
I don't know.
He always limps off.
All right, nights like this are nights for A-listers. Definitely, Arsenal, they have any A-listers yesterday and they didn't show up. But let's talk about Erling Haaland. I mean, we'll talk about A-listers. Look at Jude Bellingham, see what he did last night up at the Etihad. But Erling Haaland is becoming recurrent. How he doesn't show up enough on the big nights. And yesterday again, he didn't show up. Didn't even complete the game, although Pep said he asked to be off, same for Kevin De Bruyne. I'm looking at some numbers here. He had only 21 touches of the ball before being subbed off. He completed 5 passes, which seems implausible given the sheer volume of City's pressure on Real Madrid yesterday, and that's why I think he did have a good game, although Tuchel feels that he did have a good game. What's happening with Erling Haaland in the games? In fact, he has not scored in any semi-final or final for City since he's joined them.
This is just the second season.
I know. Score against Real Madrid like last season or the season before. I do have vivid.
Was that the semi-final?
Was he with them at the season before?
Oh, so then that's the last season.
He was in the semi-finals.
And this is just his second season.
By the way, we are talking about a guy who over 2 seasons has scored 83 goals for Man City.
Exactly. That's where I'm going to take this conversation from. I think we've all agreed that Alan is just a victim of his own success. We are celebrating 𝐻𝐻 for having 19 goals and 10 assists. And we're talking about Cole Palmer for having 20 goals and 8 assists. And then we're talking about a couple of other players. And then we think that Alan that have been injured for a long time this season and out of the side is also not that the big compliment of obviously one of his favorite players, which is Kevin De Bruyne. But I think all of us at some point on this show were defending the fact that Haaland was doing his job last season when he wasn't coming out to contest for ball. It was just being.
Did they play Real Madrid last season?
You said?
Did they play Real Madrid last season, Man City?
Yes.
But he did score. He hasn't scored in 4 against Real Madrid.
He didn't score.
Yeah, he did score.
So I feel a lot of us were saying, oh, he's a Ruud van Nistelrooy kind of player, just giving like a fox in a box. He doesn't need to fight for ball. If he gets 5 chances, he convert 4. All of us were talking. Now, because we feel he's not linking up, he's not connecting with the guys. See, it's very simple. Cut the supply of passes to Haaland. It becomes empty, and he's just there running around.
But how many strikers does that not apply to? No, we can't say it's positional place, but how many
You want to compare 𝐻𝐻. Did you see Arsenal, Aston Villa, Wale?
So are you comparing 𝐻𝐻 and Haaland?
That's what I'm saying. He said how many players do that?
No, how many strikers does he not apply to that?
Only 𝐻𝐻 will come back and drop and pick ball and see me shit attack.
By the way,
that's what I'm saying.
Thierry Henry also gave another. That call it master classes, but he gave us another Haaland class that like he does every time Haaland plays in the Champions League. And what he's saying is not about lack of service to Haaland. He's saying that Haaland is not doing enough, he's not protecting himself enough, he's not shielding his defenders enough. But can we say, can I say this is correct? That Haaland is a great scorer, one of the greats evidently in the future because of what he's doing right now, but is not a great footballer in other aspects of his play. Is that correct?
That's not true. Because
I agree with you.
Because people seem to have only one that you have to play like Lionel Messi to be considered a good footballer. Like you have to be aesthetically pleasing to. That is lots of people before Haaland were not good footballers, including people that have won the Ballon d'Or.
So what are the other aspects of his play that you think is good?
It's good in the air.
It's not. It's actually not.
He could actually just raise his foot. And you know he's tall.
For someone that is 6'3", he's not good enough in the air. Someone that is good in the air will probably have scored at least 1 goal yesterday because he had 2 very he hit the ball with one, he puts it way over the net with another. He had 2 very good area opportunities yesterday. The thing with Haaland,
good attempts now.
They were good at them, but someone that is good in the air should combat that. 6'3".
I think my statement is correct. He's a great scorer, but I don't think it's great yet in all aspects of it. When we talk about link up, when we talk about bringing others into play.
This discourse actually makes me know that lots of people did not really pay too much attention to Haaland before. Because it is clear.
But we're not talking about Haaland for City now. We're talking about that at City. It is not the same player anymore.
You are not expecting a striker in a Guardiola team to break the shape of the team by leaving his position to come and be coming to midfield. Like, do you think Guardiola will
link up plays not coming to midfield?
No,
link up plays not coming to midfield.
City don't play like that. Even with Aguero, City do not play. Where have you seen it? Even they had 𝐕𝐵, they do not play like that. Everybody has specific roles that they occupy. City have very specific attacking patterns. What Haaland can really do is occupy and by the way, a lot of people, the perception of Haaland is that they stand in the box, tapping. Haaland is actually a transition monster that runs the whole game. At Dortmund, at Salzburg, City do not play like that, and that's the problem.
All right, let's take our first call this evening. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Yeah, no man, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening, guys.
Yeah, go on.
I want to say something about Real Madrid match yesterday. The game for me, I'm coming in criticizing Real Madrid because the shameful performance from the Spanish side I will call and the change of how to play.
Why was this shameful, please? I want your explanation on that.
It was too stark.
So who progressed at the end of the one-sided encounter?
I know. When don't go there.
No, it's about the end game here. And Onome, please, I want to also mention that you don't reserve the rights to be able to define what is shameful football or what is not shameful football. Football is football.
If that was Mourinho, I know what many people would have been saying yesterday. To be honest, if that was Mourinho at the Real Madrid corner yesterday, people would have been very critical of his tactics here. But regardless, Real Madrid have qualified. But it's a shame that Real Madrid, the way that they are kings of know how to play the ball on the ground. Everybody was behind the ball.
It's a shame that you're not respecting 14-time winners or 13-time winners of the Champions League.
Most people don't realize that defensive football is even a lot of work. Like, you think it's hard to stay committed and stay focused.
Cabal got a yellow card. They got a yellow card, and he had to remain switched on
against one of the best offensive teams in the world that is actively trying to score. You conceding possession to one of the best offensive teams in the world and limiting them to just one goal.
Not just the best.
We praise that star for it. We gave them a fancy name for it. Say they developed a new way to play out of position.
Hello.
Activities.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Greatness.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Greatness. Coming from Abala. See, Wale, I'm so angry today, Wale. I'm so angry.
Why are you angry? Talk to me.
I don't like. Sometimes today we need to be. Let's be honest. Let's be honest to ourselves. So this kind of football that Alan is playing, and you're not saying that I go to play complete. I go that I spent 10 years watching that the president is not playing complete 160 that I've been watching. Let's be honest to ourselves.
I'm going to play a private match for you. We all watching.
Wait, number. Go on. Wale, can you hear me? Let me use Chelsea. The 6-0 that we score, we won 6-1 or 6-0 that we beat Chelsea. The goals that 𝐴𝐵 scores was not out 18. Our first Premier League against Chris Park Rangers was not linked play that 𝐴𝐵 did. We should be honest to ourselves now. Was it not league play that 𝐴𝐵 did? To got the ball, give it to Balotelli, but only give him back in our score. Let's be honest to ourselves. And you are telling me that 𝐴𝐵 is not playing complete. That Alan is better than. What is Alan playing? In a match, you give 5-45.
All right, thank you very much. That's a City fan, by the way, Greatness. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Wale.
Hey, good evening, bro.
I learned that you have believed of someone.
That's last week, yeah. Thank you very much for checking.
So sorry, my sympathy to your family.
Thank you very much.
Please, I want to ask this honest question. What is happening to Arsenal? Why is it that every season like this, it will come to like this? I don't understand. Because I think one of the problems Arsenal is having is squad in depth. Look at that yesterday match. They need strikers who can pump in goals. Who is the striker? Nobody. Is he Havertz that will win the goal that will win the Champions League? Is he Jesus that if you have ball, you want to dribble everybody before you pass? No, I want to know because I know you are an Arsenal fan. Myself, I was once an Arsenal fan, but
I'm not aware.
This show we can't
times that. Hello, good evening. So why are you laughing?
Hello, Wale.
Yeah, good evening. Why are you laughing? Are you ready to talk or not?
Hello, Wale.
Today we are with you now. You are just laughing.
Hello, Wale.
We are with you. We are with you. We are still with you. Oh, are you on loop?
Yeah. No, this is Olakune on the line.
Yeah, you're on loop. Looks like you're on loop. Where's he gone?
For my darling Arsenal, I think we were short for quality yesterday, no doubt. And as you said, Bayern played extremely tactical, and they understood our strong wing play, and those two were heavily cut out. And the middle was for the taking, but it was even difficult to go through Leonard to Goretzka. So it still continues to beg the question that I think we need to get a striker of note. Where we will find that it's still a very big problem because we only have a few of them, a handful of them in the world at present. Also, I just felt that we talk about Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey has had too much injuries and he's not really played. And our number one man has been Jorginho at the base of our attack from the diamond position. So now expecting him to be pulled off and put in Partey, who has not had enough run of play, would have been ludicrous. So by and large, we still also need another number 10, someone who can use both feet
right.
and can orchestrate play also.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Akule, for that. Your thoughts really appreciate. But quickly, I wanted to ask Pedro Peter. On Tuesday, PSG also progressed to the semis. Do you think, as they get closer to a final, their first since COVID year 2020, is their success right now due to team ethos, or are they still relying on their superstars? If they still, I mean, apart from Mbappe, I don't think they have any other superstar. But are they now team-oriented, PSG?
I think they've always been, only that this time around, this particular season, 2023-24, it's been more pronounced ever since the arrival of Luis Enrique. And I would like to actually applaud the work Enrique has actually put in the team. Not actually making a particular individual the arrowhead, as in the all and all of the team.
In the year that Mbappe is having his best career.
Yeah, but it's also the arrowhead. But we also know that it's been taking Mbappe off at half time. Anytime he wants it, it's been taken off.
And even there will be 2 days.
Yeah, but it's been doing that. It's been doing that. He doesn't care. See, he doesn't care. They are leading the league now.
You should have done it again.
Who does it again?
You should have done it against Barca.
I remember that PSG Brest that they were leading 2-0. They cost me money. They took him out.
We gotta go.
So it's Brest that cost you money. On PSG.
If a year that they
Pedro, you're new here, Abi. Alright, go on.
if there's a year that they can actually win, I think 2024 can be that year.
Thank you very much.
I like how Pedro State determined in the face of Brest.
And our bet Baba code for today is 2177-243. Once again, 2177-243. It's a 64 Daka for tonight. Europa League, Conference League, and a couple of others about across Europe tonight. 2177-243. Don't forget, it's just brought to you by Bet Baba. Makes a return tomorrow by the special grace of God. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for having me back.
Welcome back to Lagos.
Ciao, ciao.
That's not Japan. That's not